Yeah, well, some things, yeah, you're right. Some things were brought up in those court documents 30 years ago about supposedly what transpired and what brought about our divorce, you know, for trying to justify the the divorce. Some things were said or introduced to my knowledge, whether it was fact or fiction. I don't, I guess I should have weighed things out a little more thoroughly before I bought it hook, line, and sinker. But after I came back from fishing when I was doing that commercially as a job up in Alaska, I came back and there was, certain family members, I won't mention any names, were bringing some interesting news to my ears about supposedly what was going on in my absence. And it was kind of, maybe I was easily convinced, or I think I challenged it initially and questioned it. But then their power of persuasion was so great that I kind of bought into it. That could have had some effect to my decision making to file those documents, those court papers. But maybe it was just suspicions that weren't valid, or maybe it was only true in part, partial truths. Some of those accusations. But that was the basis of me pretty much going through with the divorce, is because of those things that were brought to my hearing. I didn't, I felt kind of betrayed, and I felt kind of, like I was being, not just betrayed, but like it was betrayal, is what I felt after I heard these stories. That were seemingly outrageous and far-fetched. But I was pretty young and naive. I was only 23 years old. So I kind of believed the stories, because they brought it to me on an emotional level, urging me that I was married to a con artist and married to a liar, and a thief even, and someone who was playing around with other boyfriends and such. But that's why there was a paternity test. I had to make sure that I was related by blood to my son, because I didn't even know. They had me convinced that my other family members had me convinced that my son may not even be my son, that it could be somebody else's son. So we had to get a paternity test and to make sure that he was biologically my offspring. And it turned out that he was, so that's good.